Welcome to the Omniverse Masterclass, the ultimate encyclopedia of everything video editing, from the very first cut to the AI future. Before editing, there was only motion. 19th century devices like the zoetrope paved the way for the cinematic illusion. The Lumiere brothers gave us the first public screenings, where the edit was simply the beginning and end of a single shot. Georges Méliès used the first in-camera edits to create impossible magic, inventing the jump cut by accident in the 1890s. Edwin S. Porter's The Great Train Robbery showed that editing could link two separate locations to build narrative tension. D.W. Griffith revolutionized the craft by using close-ups and varied shot lengths to manipulate the audience's emotion. In the silent era, without dialogue, the rhythm of the cut became the primary tool for storytelling and pacing. The Soviet filmmakers, like Eisenstein, theorized that the collision of two images creates a new, more powerful third meaning. The jazz singer changed everything in 1927. Editors now had to solve the massive technical challenge of audio sync. The Moviola became the standard upright editing machine, allowing editors to view their film while they worked. Literal cutting involved scrapers and toxic cements to physically bond celluloid strips together in the dark. Technicolor required editing 3 separate strips of film for a single scene, a monumental feat of organization. The 1960s flatbeds like the Steenbeck revolutionized the workflow, allowing for horizontal, multi-track film handling. The French New Wave intentionally broke editing rules, introducing the jump cut as a stylistic choice to jar the viewer. Tape editing was linear. You had to record from one machine to another, meaning every mistake required starting over. With every copy, the quality dropped. Editors had to be incredibly precise to minimize this generation loss. The CMX 600 was the first non-linear editor, using massive disk drives to store low-res video for the first time. Avid brought non-linear editing to the desktop in 1989, finally allowing editors to work at the speed of thought. By the late 90s, the entire industry transitioned to digital, making physical film editing a specialized legacy craft. The 2008 DSLR revolution allowed everyone to capture shallow depth of field cinematic video on a budget. Online video platforms democratized editing, creating a new generation of creators who edit for global audiences. At its core, editing is the art of selecting and combining shots to tell a compelling story. It is the final rewrite. An editor thinks about rhythm, pacing, and emotion, finding the hidden story within the raw footage. Every cut is part of a visual language. Understanding shot sizes and camera movements is the first step to mastery. Entry-level software is all about speed and simplicity, perfect for social media and hobbyists. Tools like CapCut have revolutionized the creator economy with one-tap effects and intuitive mobile interfaces. Other powerful mobile tools like InShot and KineMaster offer advanced timeline editing on the go. These apps are optimized for vertical content, making them the kings of TikTok and Instagram Reels. iMovie remains a staple for Mac users, offering a surprisingly powerful entry into timeline-based editing. On Windows, Clipchamp offers a similar entry-level experience directly in the browser. Adobe Express is perfect for quick social assets and easy video templates for non-editors. Adobe Premiere Elements provides a bridge, offering professional features in a guided, simplified environment. For serious mobile work, LumaFusion on iPad is as close as you can get to desktop-level power. When we step into professional territory, 3 names dominate the conversation. Adobe Premiere Pro is the industry standard for its deep integration with the Creative Cloud suite. The real power of Premiere is how easily it talks to After Effects, Photoshop, and Audition. Dynamic Link allows you to see After Effects changes instantly in your Premiere timeline without rendering. Final Cut Pro is beloved for its magnetic timeline, optimized for speed and high-performance Apple hardware. Final Cut's library system makes managing massive amounts of footage incredibly organized. Because Apple builds the software and the hardware, Final Cut is incredibly stable on Mac. DaVinci Resolve started as a color grading powerhouse and has evolved into a full-featured, Hollywood-ready NLE. Amazingly, Resolve offers a professional free version, making high-end editing accessible to everyone. Avid Media Composer remains the king of high-end feature film editing due to its rock-solid collaborative workflows. Avid's bin sharing allows multiple editors to work on the same project simultaneously without errors. Let's take a closer look at Resolve. Its specialized pages allow for dedicated workflows within one app. The color page is where the magic happens, offering industry-leading tools for precision grading. Fairlight provides a complete audio workstation within the same app, from Foley to Final Mix. Technical specs like bit depth matter. 10-bit color offers more information for grading than standard 8-bit. Chroma subsampling like 4.2.2 or 4.2.0 determines how much color data is kept in your compressed files. Understanding codecs is crucial. You need to balance file size with the quality needed for post-production. Long GOP codecs like H.264 are great for delivery, but intraframe codecs like ProRes are much better for editing. Frame rates define the feel of your video. 24 frames per second is the cinematic standard for film. Shooting at 60 or 120 frames per second allows for buttery smooth slow motion when played back at 24. Resolution and aspect ratio dictate where your video will live, from the cinema screen to the palm of a hand. Audio post-production tools like Pro Tools or Audition ensure that your sound is as polished as your visuals. Foley artists use these tools to add custom sound effects, bringing a scene to life through every footstep. Mastering tools like EQ and compression help your dialogue sit perfectly above the background music. Cloud-based editors are changing the game, allowing teams to collaborate in real time from anywhere in the world. Platforms like Frame.io integrate directly into NLEs to streamline the review and approval process. Mobile powerhouses like LumaFusion show that you don't always need a desktop for professional-grade results. Apps like VN Editor offer advanced features for free, making high-quality editing accessible to everyone. If you're on a budget, open-source gems like Shotcut and OpenShot provide powerful features without the price tag. Specialized niche tools like Camtasia or ScreenFlow are optimized specifically for tutorials and screen recording. AI-first tools like Descript are changing the workflow, allowing you to edit video by simply editing text. Understanding theory is vital. The Kuleshov effect shows how the sequence of shots dictates the viewer's emotion. Montage theory uses the juxtaposition of images to create complex ideas and high-energy narratives. Continuity editing ensures a smooth flow. Breaking the 180-degree rule can disorient your audience. Parallel editing, or cross-cutting, tells two stories at once, often building tension before they collide. Match cuts create a seamless link between two scenes using visual or thematic similarities. Gaming editing is all about high energy, fast cuts, and synchronized memes and sound effects. Wedding editing requires a more delicate touch, focusing on emotion, lighting, and beautiful music choices. Corporate editing is about clarity and branding, often using clean graphics and straightforward pacing. Music videos allow for maximum creativity, using experimental cuts and effects that match the rhythm of the track. Sports highlights require precision to catch the peak action and tell the story of a game in seconds. Vlogs often use jump cuts to keep the energy high and remove any pauses in the story. Choosing the right software depends on your goal. Hobbyists should start with mobile or entry-level desktop apps. Content creators often find the sweet spot in Premiere Pro or Final Cut for their speed and versatility. Professional filmmakers might lean towards DaVinci or Avid for their specialized technical capabilities. In a pro team, the editor handles the core story and assembly of the clips. The colorist focuses on the visual tone, ensuring every shot matches perfectly. The sound designer builds the acoustic world, from subtle atmosphere to explosive Foley effects. And the VFX artist adds the impossible, from digital environments to stunning character animations. The assistant editor is the backbone, managing media and preparing projects for the main editor. Professional workflows often use proxies, low-res copies of footage, to keep the editing smooth on any hardware. The final step is conforming, where the low-res proxies are swapped back for the original high-res media. Organization is key. A clean folder structure saves hours of searching and prevents lost files. Always use clear naming conventions. Final V2 is never a good way to label your project. Remember, your software is only as good as your hardware. Editing requires significant CPU and RAM power. A powerful GPU is critical for real-time playback and fast exports of high-resolution video. Fast storage is vital. Use NVMe SSDs for your active project files and HDDs for long-term archiving. Pro suites often use RAID configurations to combine multiple drives for even faster read and write speeds. Color-accurate monitors ensure that what you see is what your audience gets across all devices. Specialized input tools like editing consoles can drastically speed up your repetitive tasks. Accurate audio monitoring is just as important as your visual setup. Use flat response speakers and headphones. Each tool has a learning curve. Don't be afraid to start small and work your way up to professional suites. Mastery doesn't happen overnight. It takes hundreds of hours of practice to truly find your rhythm. Soft skills matter. Learning how to manage client feedback is as important as knowing which button to press. Don't forget to take breaks. Your eyes and your creativity need time away from the screen to stay sharp. Freelancing offers freedom, but it requires discipline and strong self-promotion to build a steady client base. Your portfolio is your resume. Show off your best work and the diverse range of styles you can handle. Networking is how you find the best gigs. Attend events and connect with other creators in your niche. Pricing is a skill. You need to value your time while remaining competitive in the market. Always use contracts. They protect you and the client, ensuring everyone is clear on the deliverables. A solid onboarding process sets the stage for success, helping you understand the client's vision from day one. Consistent marketing on professional platforms like LinkedIn is the key to finding high-paying corporate clients. Don't forget the boring stuff. Tracking expenses and taxes is part of being a professional editor. Software is just a tool. The real magic happens when technical skill meets your unique creative vision. Never let the tech get in the way of the story. A great story can be told on even the simplest software. Great editing is often invisible. If the viewer doesn't notice the cuts, you've done your job perfectly. Finding your flow state is where the best work happens. It's that moment when the world disappears and only the story remains. Sometimes the correct technical cut is the wrong emotional cut. Always prioritize the feeling of the scene. Don't be afraid of silence. Removing music or dialogue can often make a moment feel more powerful. In summary, experiment, find what fits your workflow, and most importantly, keep on creating. Join editing communities to share your work, get feedback, and learn new techniques from others. The future is AI augmented, where tools will help us edit faster, leaving more room for pure creativity. Generative AI will soon allow us to create B-roll and assets from simple text prompts directly in the NLE. Auto-captioning and instant translation are already making content globally accessible with a single click. And smart object removal is turning hours of tedious rotoscoping into a few simple clicks. The next frontier is volumetric and 3D video, allowing viewers to step directly into the world of the film. In the future, the heavy processing will happen entirely in the cloud, allowing for pro work on any device. We may even see AI-driven personalized narratives, where the edit changes based on the individual viewer's preferences. Despite all the tech, the basics of pacing, rhythm, and emotion will remain the foundation of great editing. The best way to learn is by doing. Pick a piece of software and start your editing journey today. Never stop learning. The software updates, the techniques change, but your growth as an artist is eternal. You have the tools, the knowledge, and the vision. Now, the only thing left is to create. Go for it. Thanks for watching this deep dive. Now go out there and make something incredible. See you next time. Keep exploring, keep learning, and most importantly, keep editing. We'll see you in the next one. Peace. You are now part of a legacy that spans over a century. Take that torch and light up the screen. The end.